Hey everybody, and welcome to Hex Token Channel. Your host Superman in the house. Yeah, boy. Hope you guys are having a good time out there, and of course, a big welcome. Let's get the microphone up here a little bit. It's a little bit far away, so let's get that closer and closer and closer. Big welcome, everybody. Of course, we've got a great show today. I think it's going to be a lot of entertaining, and of course, we've got Pulsechain Hex news. We're going to get into the Validator rush, the Validator gold rush. Massive jumps in validators, which is really positive. And of course, the Hex cruise, we're going to cover that. We're going to cover that at the end of the live stream. So stay tuned for the Hex cruise. We're going to have a lot of antics in the Hex cruise, and then we're going to cover consensus. So we're starting off with consensus. So we're going to get into consensus 2023 first. Obviously, huge crypto event, and looks like we got plenty of representatives from the Pulsechain and Hex community, which is really exciting to see. Crypto Heartbeat, Walrus, KG, many others out there representing and promoting our Pulsechain coming, and of course a lot of projects that are going on Pulsechain too. So pretty awesome. So we're going to get into all that. Stay tuned for that. Obviously, we're going to cover Pulsechain updates and Pulsex. We're going to get into Hex, of course. Dollar cost average seems like Hex is a nice little pickup zone at the moment, and we're going to get into Icosa Hedron. And then, of course, get paid with the Hex Daily Stats, wrapping up with the Hex Cruise. So lots on today. That's going to be a fun show. Optimality in the house there with the burns like that. Who else has jumped in here? Hex Force 1. What's up, Hexkins? Woo! Good to see you, Hex Force 1. And, of course, let me know if the audio is all good, because I haven't really checked it, except for the sound effects. Sandy Deep. Sorry, not Sandy Deep. Sandy Deep. I sort of just did a mixture between Sandy and Sandeep there. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Superman. And good to see you. Katie as well in the house there. Hey, everybody, one of our two community leaders. Great to see you, Katie, as always. Groot says, hope everybody's having a great day. I think so. I think everyone's doing pretty well. Archipelago in the house there. Hi, all. Good to see Archipelago. Hex Token channel member, of course. So is Brenton. And, of course, Brenton there. Yo, what's cooking? Good looking. We're going to get into all of that. Kato Natural. Hello, all. Good to see you. Aussie Stone as well, Superman in the house. Woo! I like that, in the house. I don't know why. I always say in the house. I don't know why. It's just nice and relaxing sort of phrase, isn't it? Paul O'Shea as well. Hi, all. Good to see you, Paul. Genuine as well. G'day, everybody. And Joey Torres. Hi, all. Good to see you, Joey. Christian Colin in the house as well. Hello, my Hexkin familia. And, of course, +1. Sound is good, says Katie. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. And, of course, hey, all, hope all are well. Let's go, says Rango. And, of course, Trishkin says, smash the lights on the way in. Smash the likes on the way in. Man, my language, what's happening here? It's a breakdown. I'm breaking down. What else there? Wookie is on fire today. Nice to see you, Wookie, in the house, one of our moderators. And, of course, Matt and Barley as well. Pulsechain is coming, and so is Christmas. I like that. That's a good tagline there. Matt, you would do well in marketing. Hello, how are you today? Lies beneath in the house. Thomas Turner as well. Lies in with the strategy. Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLSX for the win. Plus incentive token, 100%, man. That is the golden crypto Richard Hart. It just has a good ring off the tongue, doesn't it? When you say golden crypto Richard Hart. I don't know. Sounds pretty good to me. We got Thomas Turner in the house there. Cheers all. Aussie Stone says, Dip Catcher on RH Max today, dropping the news on airdrops to team and diamond hands holders. Woo, that's pretty cool. I'm sure that's going to be popular. Keeping up the great work. There's Dib Catcher and Golki. Brennan as well. 1st of May is the end of my wedge for the breakout. Nice. That's tasty. You'll have to look at that in our price charts. So in our Discord, we have a price chat. Post some of that out, Brennan. That'd be great. Might pull that up on another live stream if I remember. Superman in the house, couldn't be a stream without you, man, says Matt. Hey, appreciate that, Matt. Very kind words. But you know what it is. Number one is community, man. Number one is community all the way. 14 more days, says skip ads, smash the like button, says 14 more days, yeah. What else there's? We got Steve Wright in the house. Hey, Steve Wright, Santa Barbara. Looking forward to hearing your show tonight. I'm in New York. Steve Wright, Santa Barbara. Love it, Steve. Always a pleasure. Yeah, we're going to get some fun. I think we're up to 40 people almost. Yeah, I think we're up to that point. Should we get into it? Let's start. Let's start the show. We're going to start off with consensus 2023. So we're going to play. We're going to look at some images, some photos from Set Consensus 2023 with Pulsechain and Hexkins there, Pulsechainians and Hexkins. And then, of course, we're going to actually have a little bit of a feed that Crypto Heartbeat earlier today live from Consensus. So we're going to pick that up and go through a little bit of that, I think, if I do it rightly. All right, let's pick it up here. So here are some of the images. And, of course, this is posted by Funding Jim. But he's got, you can see Walrus at the front here. I guess it's the convention center. It's probably pretty massive from the sounds of it. And you got KG there on the left as well. I'm not sure who the ladies are, unfortunately, or the chap on the right-hand side. Just not familiar. They may be obviously well-known to some people, but just not familiar there. Funding Jim in the middle there on the right-hand side. And it looks like there's some sort of Doge sports car here as well in the middle. So it's pretty funny. You can see one of the doors, entrances in behind. People coming out of that. So that's one of the images there. We've got another one. This one here is really great. This reminds me, is it the Grammys or the Emmys with that TV show host? I can't remember her name, but they did that one full of celebrities on it, sort of what became well known. So we've got a bit of an image like that. So hashtag famous. I used that for the thumbnail because I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty funny there. So pretty neat there. We've got obviously KG, Walrus, and like I said, I don't know many of the other people, but Funding Jim know them. So let us know in the chat there. We've got any people in the chat there that know these people? Let's have a look, see whether people know them. Let me jump through that. Who says the singer guy? Says Brennan. Singer guy. Brennan says the chap on the right side is Westcott Crypto. Now I'm not sure what photo that is. Is that the other chap here on the right here? Maybe that is Westcott Crypto. Cool. So he's I guess, is he an influencer? I guess he is. Let me go back to that picture. That's the same guy. Okay, so that's Westcott Crypto from the looks of it, and on the right hand side of both the photos. Very cool. All right, we've got this other photo, of course. So we've got KG, Westcott Crypto there, Funding Jim, and we've got Crypto Heartbeat in this one on the right-hand side, and then Walrus there as well, and a couple of other people as well. This chap looks familiar, but I'm not sure where he's from, but he does look a little bit familiar. But hey, maybe he is of The Mandalorian. I don't know. Maybe he's that guy off The Mandalorian. He's a really good actor. Can't remember his name either. But anyway, so that is kind of cool. And then we got the final photo with Funding Jim and Crypto Happy, which was pretty neat. So there's a couple of images there as well. Katie says Westcott Crypto is a new Hex Pulse Hex influencer. Okay, cool. Yeah, no one, I haven't seen him. No offense, just hadn't seen him around, but looks like a happy go guy. Who else is there? We have some more comments in the chat. So those are some of the images that Funding Jim posted, which I thought were pretty cool. Let me just go back to the top here because I didn't quite catch up all the comments. Jump through that. Definitely got up to that. Let me get up to there. Got up to that. Man, I went way far too far back here. Joe O'Brien and House, they're always enjoying watching you live, Superman. I appreciate that, Joe. Blobfish King as well. Hi, all. Just minted some Zen and swap for Hex. Nice little trade there, Blobfish King. Al Mansfield says, what was Hex ICO price and his launch price? Says Al. ICO price, there was an AA lobby which ran for about 350 days, 351 days. All right. What else have we got going there? What else have we got? Brendan and House there. Chat on the right side is Whiskey. Yep, we got up to all that. So kind of cool. J-Man and House there. Hello, J-Man. Good to see you. And of course, what's it? Big Silly. What's the news? Well, watch the show. The show's on, man. The show's on. We've got a couple of new people in the chat there. I don't know. What else? Brendan says, I believe you have shown a video of Whiskey and Wildest J. Probably have, Brendan, just forgotten. All right, so let's get into the video. We're going to pull up this video. So that's some of the images. Let me just change the screen here. Boom. Let me just pull this in. Hopefully we've got the, what screen am I sharing here? I'm going to stop that one, and we're going to do this. I can't lose my setup. I got my setup, you see. I got to make sure that's all going well. All right, boom. All right, here, bam. I think you guys can see that. Does it full screen? Yeah, it does full screen. Nice. So we're going to go through a couple of sections of this video. So this was from Crypto Heartbeat earlier today. I thought it was really cool. So big hats off to Crypto Heartbeat streaming some of the stuff from Consensus 2023. You know what I like about it? It just adds this extra layer of life. You know, we're used to seeing all the influencers, a lot of community people posting stuff, but it really is kind of cool when the Pulsechain Hex community goes to these big conventions, you know, the Consensus. And I love it when they do the live feed. There's something big about it, right? Something big about it. So it's pretty cool. So big shout out to Crypto Heartbeat and others that are doing this sort of stuff. It's pretty neat.
Folks, welcome back to the Pulse. My name is Matt. This is Crypto Heartbeat, and I am with the official Walrus.
So let me know if you can hear the audio, by the way, because I'm just presuming you can.
With 2 L's. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
This is awesome. We're at Consensus 2023. You want to kind of see around all kinds of folks. This is hosted by CoinDesk, and it is hopping. There's like 5,000 people here.
It's packed. This is much bigger than what I saw in like ETH Denver. There is a ton of protocols out here. Lots of founders, lots of big money. VC, a lot of damage getting done.
A lot of damage getting done. So tell me about this. You go to a lot of conferences, from what I know. What's your impression so far?
This is extremely well ran. It's very clear that this is consensus. So as much as we like decentralization, I think a little centralization helps out here. This thing is extremely well ran. It's very polished. A lot of these things are very set up. There's a really good vibe. This one feels a little more professional. ETH Denver was more on the event party side. This one here, stuff getting done, a lot of networking, a lot of handshaking going on.
Well, I've noticed a lot of VC types, meaning gray-haired people.
No hair people.
No hair people. You at least look young.
Right.
But it definitely, you can smell, there's a lot of excitement. And if you thought that, crypto was over, like if you take a look around here, it is unbelievable what's going on. What are you looking forward to here? I know there's a lot of people. As William Shatner's here, we're going to hear from Edward Snowden.
Yep.
I mean, those are just obviously big names. But what are you looking for? Because you're connecting with a number of founders and projects. Tell me about that.
So it's always shaking hands, right? Like everything's about Pulsechain first. So it's always like Pulsechain, making sure that everyone's aware of everyone that's getting built. It's way different to connect with a lot of these legacy brands when you get a chance to shake hands, meet people in person. And then the fanboy in me, it's Caitlin Long. I mentioned the other day on stream.
Oh yeah.
That's my hero. She's an absolute wolf. I love her a lot. So I'm really hoping to get
a photo.
Yes.
I don't know who that is, so let me know in the chat who he's talking about, because I have no idea who he's a fanboy to. So if you knew that name, let us know. Anyway, so that is kind of the opening of the video. You can see it on Crypto Heartbeat. I'm going to not play the whole thing. It's this video, but did want to jump through a few sections here. He goes on to talk about liquid loans, stuff like that, marketing and updates. But we're going to get into the next section. So 636 is what I've got queued.
Liquid loans. Let's talk about Pulsechain. Tell me about, we're getting really, really close. We think we're in the last test net, right? I don't know if Shanghai Upgrade has been integrated yet. What's your sense of where we are with the launch of Pulsechain?
Yeah, so I think V4 caught some people off guard a little bit because of just the nomenclature of calling it 4. V4 is just V3. They just had to make that change on validators, and when you make that change, that has to be forked in. So it's really just the same thing. It's just more progress. They make commits all the time. They're making one now on gas estimations that's going to get changed. If the validator incentive could be changed with the commit, no one would have even noticed.
Okay.
It would have just been V3. So V4 wasn't just another iteration. It's just continued development. Those guys are running out of things to do. If you kind of pick up from some of the reading between the lines on what you see RH and the devs say, they're in right now mode. So we're definitely in the home stretch. There's no way I'm giving anybody a timeline. I'm not going to be wrong for the first time.
Right.
Telling when Pulsechain is going to come out is like telling people when Tom Brady is going to retire. You were wrong for a decade, and just because you got it right at the end, it doesn't matter. So that's right. Where we're at.
All right, so that was a cool section there. You can watch the whole video. We're going to watch 2 more sections. We're going to do the look around. Here's a little look around here, so we're going to go to that, which is pretty neat. Get a bit of the vibe of the place.
Give you a little tour of what's going on here, just so you get a feel for this place. Check this out. So this is in the convention center in Austin, and it goes for like a mile. There's like 4 or 5. What's up, dude?
I was told.
Have a seat, man. Look who's here. The brother, KG.
Hi, everybody.
From Internet Money.
How's it going?
Dude, okay, it's Internet Money, but it's a wallet. It's so many things. You were on with Brandon. and I'm sorry that you had to do that.
I know. It's
You're
an
gonna have to
absolute shame.
speak up so people can hear
It's
you.
an absolute shame. I can't believe I succumbed to that low level.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you've been super supportive of us. We love what you're doing. You gave me a little bit of a breakdown on what's going on. I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about your project. I want to talk about the Pulsechain. Tell us about what's status of where you are with the wall.
All right, so that's his interview with KG. You can check all that out on Crypto Heartbeat, which is pretty cool. I'll leave the link in the video description, in the chat description, sorry, so you can watch the full thing, because he live streamed it earlier, which was a pretty good video. KG gives an update about the internet money wallet, and also obviously covering Pulsechain, stuff like that. So if you want to hear about liquid loans and internet money plus Pulsechain updates, is a pretty good overview there from the two of them. So it's pretty cool. Now, Brian says he cut his hair. Yeah, KG's cut his hair off. I noticed that too. Yeah, she looks pretty dapper. I think it looks pretty good. And he's going next level, isn't he? Next level. Crypto NFW says testing is fun. My $80 sack is at 16,000 ANC. Switching Pulse lol, says Crypto NFF. No, pretty funny. Yeah, the event is Consensus 2023 there, J-Man, as well. 40 more days, says the guy in the background still wearing a face mask. I don't know. They haven't obviously read the Cochrane report, but hey, people are so ignorant out there. That's why they fall for the authoritarians, because they don't read anything. They don't read the mainstream media propaganda. They don't actually read the research, which is where we go straight to that, right? We go read the research of the clinical outputs and all sorts of stuff. So these people just live in ignorance for some reason. All right, this is the way it goes. Let's move on. We're going to get into Pulsechain update. So let me just pull that in, and bam, let's go to it. Let me see here. Bam. All right, so that is the Consensus 2023. It's on. Hopefully we'll get a bit more footage too. I don't know how many days, probably a couple of days, but a big event, like huge event. So that's only going to be good for, networking, spreading the word around Pulsechain and other stuff like that. And it's good. It looks like we've got a pretty good representation there, and some pretty good advocates. These guys are all pretty, good spreaders of the word, as it were. So pretty cool. All right, let's get into Pulsechain testnet v4. It is operating very well indeed. We've got these increase. Look at that uptrend in transactions. Look at that. Woo. That's like the ultimate uptrend. Where you get these parabolics and you get this straight uptrend there. So that is the transactions, which is pretty cool. Let me just get rid of that comment there from 14 days. So yeah, pretty cool. Look at that uptrend. Look at that beautiful stuff there. Very, very cool. And of course, we've got 10.2 block times. I've noticed that's moving around a little bit though. Seen it up over 11 seconds. 10 seconds is the target, of course. We're up to 48 million wallets, which is really cool. So it's really starting to climb on the pre-fork. We've still got pre-fork indexing. And what is it? 205 million transactions showing up there so far. But yesterday, the 25th, we had 60,187 transactions. So definitely people playing on there. And you can imagine what the actual mainnet's going to be like. It's going to be ferocious. Really is going to be incredible. The last 2 days I've shown on CoinGecko some of the transactions and monthly hits that these DEXs and centralized exchanges get. Talking about hundreds of thousands to millions as well. So it's pretty cool. It's going to be exciting to see Pulsechain work there. You can see it's just ticking along pretty well. Let's have a look at some of the transactions. You guys know I like to look at some of these just to get a sort of the lifeblood of the chain. We've got lots of Pulsex, of course, going through transactions, adding liquidity. Look at that, adding liquidity, converting LPS, swapping tokens. Look at that, slot swapping tokens, approving deposits, Zen minting, incentive harvesting, transfers like that. So that's pretty cool. More Zen stuff there. So Pulsex and Zen definitely dominating, at least when we're looking at this ad hoc sort of check here. Lots of buy and burns going. Beautiful. People are going to be talking about that all day long. We're burning. Thousands of trading pairs burning with hundreds of thousands of people trading. You can imagine it's going to be insane in the membrane. Really is cool. No one has a more passionate, bigger, engaged community and influencer class than does Richard Hart. And you can imagine it's going to just be pump. I just made that up. But anyway, that is going pretty well, right? It's going pretty well. Let's jump over to the validators. And this is part of the video title. We've got Validator Rush. This is a Validator Gold Rush and it is pretty cool. So let's get on to that. Look at this rush here. Look at this climb in the validators. Woohoo! The validator rush. They're rushing for that pulse chain, pulse gains, and of course with the APY. So V4 is so important, as you can see. Not just this is just testing it, obviously, but for the to get that APY higher competitive was really cool. We start off at 35%. Obviously, it's going down as we get more validators. I think Richard's target was if we get to about 40,000 validators, we'd be at about 3% APY. So yeah, that's on play. But look at this massive jump. So we thought we did pretty good yesterday. We're up to 4,625. Look at this massive jump today, all the way up. Look at that big jump there. Wow, 620 or so validators just on that move there, and we've continued to climb all the way up to 5,350. So that's huge day. Yeah, huge day. So about what's that, 900 or something like that. No, not that much. 400, 700 or so. Pretty big day. So really cool. There is a validator gold rush on at the moment. So on the testnet V4, which are pretty good. We see that the performance is going along really nicely as well. So that's really cool. Let's see where we're up to. Let's have a look at some charts and have a look at the chain performance. Let's go down here. Let's have a look at this visualization, which I love. Yeah, so it's ticking along pretty nicely. There's a couple of schedule blocks, but apart from that, everything is green. These are the epochs on the left-hand side, the slots on the right. Obviously, every slot will have a block in most cases, if not all, these days. So it's pretty cool. Validators validate that block. 128 of them, each little green box. 128 validators in the committee. One of them gets to be the proposer, the validator. The others get to a test, and they all earn some fees. And from the block reward fees and uncles there. Let's have a look at some initiated deposits from validators. So we can see some of the depositing going on here with the validators. Kind of cool. It looks like we had 2 invalid deposits. That's interesting. What else? I think that's kind of it. What else we want to look on there? Let's have a look at some slashings. Any slash? No slashing information available. We have a look at the gas, see how that's going, because we had some really unusual, look at this, some massive grade jumps here. So it says 2,151. So that's come down though, although the last couple of hours have been quite high as well. So still a little bit of work there, I guess. I don't know. So that's pretty good. What was the last thing I was going to talk about this? I think that's it on that one. So looks like it's ticking along pretty well. We can see we've got high grey at the moment. So just the way it goes. Bring on the congestion. All right, so that's pretty cool. Now let's make sure that I'm in the right place here. Now I'm going to pull this off because I don't want to make sure that I'm jumping around here. Kind of cool. All right, yeah, that's what I wanted to show. So that's cool. Let's add that in. So take it off. So obviously we had a big gold rush overnight, the last 2 days actually. Big gold rush in terms of validators coming on, which is so positive. But here's Rigby. Rigby here has got posting his validator. GC earnings on Pulsechain V4. It pays to validate. And I couldn't. This is kind of cool little pumpy little post. And of course he's got his little front end there. So yeah, hourly earnings, daily earnings, weekly earnings, total earnings. So he's ticking along there as well. So pretty cool. He's got his attestation blocks in there as well. What else there? His aggregate validator, the balance, all that sort of stuff. What's the earning pulse? What else there? Daily earning pulse, hourly earning pulse. So pretty cool. It's ticking away there. Pretty cool. So that was on his one. And yeah, using Grafana dashboard. Grafana dashboard there is what that view was of. Which is pretty cool. Pretty cool looking view actually. Yeah, great to see more validators coming online. So we've been covering quite a few of those over the last week, right? We've been posting, Hodl Dog and other people out there, Tango and others that are validating, which has been pretty fun. RH Max, David Feder, all that sort of stuff. Now, if you want to get more information on validating, those are the people to go to. David Feder, RH Max, Jex, I think, Alex McFurter. I'm not sure if he's doing anything around education, but he's definitely involved in that, possibly going to fork one of the protocols for delegating. Who else? Gamma, of course, the Pulsechain Dev, Gamma. Those are some of the resources. We do have quite a few of them in our Discord under useful links, so you can go and find some there and get some access to their scripts and help set up validators, get some hardware potentially, set up the operating system, and so forth. So what else? Who else has jumped into the chat here? So that's a kind of an update there around the validators. It really is a gold rush. I mean, so many coming on, so beautiful. Man, we're getting up to tens of thousands. That'd be great, wouldn't it? I mean, the API is going to come down, but it's just so bullish to get that around the world because it strengthens the chain, which is so cool. Who else has jumped in? We've got Susie Q jumped in. Hi, wonderful Superman family, and lots of hugs and kisses. Nice one, Susie Q. Big appreciate that. Who else is in here? Ignorance is bliss, boss, says Brian. Yeah, indeed. There is something to that sometimes. The masked guy at McDonald's for breakfast, and there's probably a smoker, says Matt. No, that's possibly true. Possibly true there, Matt. What else? Let's jump on to something else here. We got who else is in here? Billy Silly. Anyone know what the average amount that was sacrificed for Pulse? Average amount. Yeah, I've got all those statistics, but we're not going to be talking about that today, Billy Silly. I've got to pick up the spreadsheet for that. What else there? Most sacrifice $1,000 to $2,500. That's true. That's true. The average. Yeah, I've got the average. I've got the averages, but they're in a spreadsheet. I don't want to pull the spreadsheet up now because that will mean I'm going to stop my flow on my live stream, and I'm just not going to do that. Matt and Barley says, me too. It's sad he's counting the money. Dolphins now, bunnies with the Mitchell. I think they are cushions or close friends. Michael probably talked to him into it. Okay, cool. What else there? Let's jump through some of these comments here. Christian Collin, gameplay for me will be DCA $2,000 or more a year for 2 years and then let it ride. Nice one there, Christian. Picking up that Pulsechain early. That's what matters. And Pulsex. Who else is in here? Detached Soul. Yo. Good to see you. And Brazology says, high congestion. Thanks, Jack. Stupid plebeian, says Briz. Man, Briz, you really do hate that guy. What else there? We got Anita's in house there. Good morning, everybody. Good to see Anita. And Bob Wells as well. Hey, everybody, just making dinner here. Nice one, Bob. All right. All right, let's move on, folks. Pulsechain update. So here we are on GitLab, and the team are working hard. Let's get in here. We've got 3 commas, and we got 26th of April. We got Brett Paulson there, 26th of April. Gamma, 26th of April. Who else is in here? Space Ghost, 24th of April. And SJB, the 26th of April as well. So that's kind of where we are there. On that one, and there's no real updates other than that push that they did the other day with the gas optimization. Let's move on to PulseX. We've got 3 Gamma, 3 Commerce Capital, sorry, there, 26th of April. Agris, the 26th of April as well. We've got Brett Paulson on the 26th of April, Heinz the 26th of April, and Lucas the 26th of April. Last time Richard was in there was 5 days ago, so 21st of April there. But that is it. So they're working hard, pushing us forward. And, like some people are still calling, maybe launching earlier. I'm still got my June, July, but hey, look, there is, good argument for earlier. We will see. I think there's more testing, but, a lot of testing, but optimizations, fixing up little issues and this stuff like that. But so we will see whether it's going to be mid-May, or it will be the 7th. It will be the 7th of May. 7th of May seems a good day. That'll be the weekend, like a Sunday. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. That's the early scenario. All right, let's move on to PulseX. PulseX here. We've got the price at the moment. 1 Pulse equals 3.84, and it just got pumped. Look at that. Just got pumped. So maybe it's some of those people that missed out on the Pulse and went hard into PulseX and their ratio trading. I don't know. But it's just testnet. And 1 Pulse equals 3.84. So it got pumped big time. It was down at about 3.3 PulseX to Pulse. So pretty crazy there. Let's do the inverse. So the inverse is almost a quarter, right? 0.26. So pretty amazing on that. So 1 PulseX equals 0.26 Pulse. 1 PulseX equals 0.26 Pulse. So that is pretty much it on that. We've got no limit orders yet showing up, but we have got the 4 farms now. As you guys know, the 4 farms are just ticking away there. The APYs, look at that, looking absolutely spectacular. Insanity. Let's harvest, man. Let's harvest this thing. Oh my gosh, 0.069, almost $1,400 just for the day. We'll take that. We'll take that. We're gonna sell it into US dollars because I don't know if this price is gonna hold. We're gonna sell into US dollars and let's do that. So that's our incentive token. We're going to harvest the incentive farms. This is how you rock and roll. It's always good. It's always good to do a bit of practice, right? It's always good to sometimes people they cover like Pulsechain when it launches, but you know me, on this channel I try to cover it not every day but most days, just so people get to see what we're talking about all the time. Otherwise we talk about it when it launches and then we don't come back to it till mainnet. People go, well, what is this Pulsechain? What's this Pulsechain? No, I've never seen it before. Well, you know, we cover it most days on this channel for good reason, so people are familiar with what the heck we're talking about and they can practice on there too. Richard Hart always says that, get out and practice while you can. All right, so your incentive harvest, we harvested that. Nice. And now we're going to harvest our other. We've got 2 pools here. Where's the other one? Yeah, we've got 0.02 incentive token here, $525. We're going to harvest that. Man, I wish I had put more in, right? This is what we always say. Man, I wish I had put more in. That's what we always say when something pays off, right? You go, oh, how many times you hear that? Man, I wish I had put more in. All right, enough of that. I'm being a bit silly, but hey, it's just a way. We're going to have a fun day today. It's entertainment show today. We started off with consensus. We're going to end with the Hex cruise and some of the antics on the Hex cruise. All right, so that's pretty much it. I'm not even in the highest reward pools. Look, these are the highest reward pools. So maybe I shouldn't sell it and start earning these pools. That's what we're going to do. Let's quickly go and do that because this is the way it goes. So we're going to provide some liquidity. I've got some in here. I've got some sitting in Pulse and Watt token. What the heck? Oh yeah, I was using that for my demonstration for the Watt token. So let's go and add some Pulse and Pulse X. Was it? Which was the highest one? I've forgotten which one was the highest one there. Let me have a look here. Farms. Center Pulse X, Center Pulse X. Let's go to that. That's almost twice as much as the Pulse. So let's add in the incentive. I got some incentive token. Where's that? Bam. And am I going to be able to do much of it? I don't know. 820. I got 820. That works pretty well. Okay, cool. Let's enable the incentive token. We're going to harvest that. Man, we're going to race to the races though. I'm just going to click max on it and approve. Incentive token's so hard, it's so expensive that I can't really buy much of it. Let's see. This is hilarious. All right, waiting for that to go. We're chasing 8,000 APY. We're going to hopefully get that at least for a couple of days, right? All right, enable. No, really? Oh, I haven't enabled that either. Are you kidding me? Let me have a look. Let's approve that. All right, we're processing. Hope this is going to play out. So incentive token and PLSX. Here we go. $15,000. Wow, that's worth $15,000. Nice. All right, let's. Was it 30,000 all up? Right, 30,000 all up. All right. So by adding liquidity, we're going to earn 0.22% of all the trades in proportion to our ownership of the pool. So pretty cool. Bring on the trades for this particular pair. Fees are added to the pool, accrued in real time, and can be claimed by withdrawing your liquidity. Done. That's cool. So we've approved the ability for Pulsechain to take out the incentive and the Pulsechain from our wallets. Now we're going to actually supply the liquidity. We're going to get 785 LP tokens, which represents our provision of the liquidity. And we've got 0.001% of the pool, which is not too bad. That's not too bad. I'll be pretty happy with that. That's pretty good. We're going to confirm that. Bam. All right, closed. We add PLP to MetaMask. Yeah, sure. We haven't got this one, so we're going to add that. It's going to auto add it to a wallet. Cool. All right, so we've got a receipt for that. So that seems to all gone, right? That seems to be done. So now we're sitting there pretty tidy. Let's go back here and we should see it. There it is there. Look. Woo! Now we've got to, we'll go to our wallet and I'll just show you the ownership tokens that went to our wallet just for out of interest. We're going to get into a Pulsechain update here. We've got an update from a dev coming up, so stay tuned. Don't run away yet because we're getting into there. There's our ownership tokens for providing that liquidity. So now we've got that, we can go and earn the incentive token, which is two forms of revenue, right? We're earning from the liquidity pool, and now we're going to earn from the farm. So we're going to take those LP tokens, go to the farm, and we're going to scroll down to the bottom. And man, I'm starting to get a massive passive income on 3 pools. We're going to enable the farm. So we're going to do that. We're going to click max. We're going to do all of our tokens, our LP tokens, for that incentive PLSX pool. So it's been submitted. Man, we're going to be earning a nice, tasty income, especially if this incentive token keeps going up. Of course, if it goes down the other way, hey, you can't be, beggars can't be choosers there. Look how much liquidity, 2.9 billion. That's hilarious. I love it. Bring on the incentive token pump. All right, we're waiting for that to go through. Nice. Now we can stake all our LP. Yep, this is working really smooth. Remember when I first did this, we had an issue with the enable. We had an issue with it not reading. Not in the enable. We had an issue with it not reading. My LP tokens had gone and or were in the wallet after I'd done the first amount. Yeah, so we're doing 785. We've got 30,600. So that is cool. So that makes a lot of improvements to this. And cool. Or at least a significant improvement. Let me put it that way. Cool, we're putting that in. We're going to earn this massive AP. Man, tomorrow's incentive yield is going to be awesome. You guys are going to love it too. My shout on the copies. My shout on the copies. I'm just kidding. All right, this is just testing it, folks. Just testing it. $30,000. Let's see if we can turn it into 100,000 by the end of the week. Let's see how we go. All right. Okay, that's processing. It's taking a little bit longer. All right, cool. Isn't that kind of the self-fulfilling part there? So that's earning already. I've already earned 82 cents. What the heck? That's how the APY is APR. Sorry, is 8,456%. So it's just insane in the membrane. And here I'm earning about 0.8. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so we're going to leave that there. I don't know. I don't have enough left over for the PLS one. So we're going to leave that and so forth. So we'll just leave that. All right, so cool. That is PulseX ticking away. Let's go to the incentive info, see what the prices are in absolute terms. We've got the volume of trade yesterday. Apparently it was 6 billion. Man, if we get anything like this, you guys will be dancing on the streets wearing gold shoes. But that's pretty cool. And yeah, we're just ticking up there at the moment. Start a new day from the looks of it. So cool. We'll watch that. What else there? We've only got 3 pages of prices. I'm not sure why it only renders this amount. We've got Pulse at 6.8 cents, PulseX at 1.8 cents. Incentive token is at a whopping 19,634, which is at $90. So people have been pumping that. I'm not sure if they keep buying keep minting a whole ton of DAI tokens or what, but it keeps pumping. All right, so let's go to the buy and burn. And just to wrap this up, this is what's going to become famous. When am I famous? 3.89 billion is the PulseX buy and burn. So that is ticking away pretty nice as well. So 3.89 billion, cool. I'm presuming all the maths adds up. So let's jump over to the update for that. So that is the end of the PulseX. No, it's not. I'm joking. We've got a Pulsechain dev update on PulseX, and that is Bretep. Yes, Bretep there. So Gary Woods, Funding Jim, asked a good question here. He says, I heard it takes 7 days for a price to show up. Something about the average for daily volume. Is that true, Bretep? Does this mean we have price on mainnet, or does it mean 7 days before it reflects in the info tab? So Bretep says, sort of. Number one, for the info pages to work, PulseX. So the info pages is, as we just looked at, is this page with the info. This page, talking about this page here. So Bretep says, for the info pages to work, PulseX needs to have been deployed for 7 days. The indexer generates data for each day, and the UI queries back 7 days of blocks. So the UI queries back 7 days of blocks. The pricing takes 24 hours after value has been transferred. So the pricing takes 24 hours after value has been transferred. Previous testnets, we waited before launch. So they had already done that. So previous testnets, we waited before launch. So they already had that all that process, step 1 and 2, roll up so they could actually get out the numbers. So he's talking about the old proof of stake ones. Because V3 didn't have that either, and so it took a few days to, quite a while actually to set up there. So yeah, 7 or 8 days. It's going to be interesting to see whether they run this before mainnet, so that they don't have the same issue where they just get this running and a day later or so. So we're going to see how that process is, because we're going to have the official bridge open up and then have the prices. So this could be an interesting part of the launch phase. We'll see what they do there. Let me know your thoughts in the chat on that one. That's going to be interesting for us. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. That's not a trivial event, getting prices and volumes up and running. So imagine they're going to be, fairly soon there, because you've got to have the bridge and then bridge over stables, right? So then have get the trading pairs on here. So It's going to be interesting to see that. But of course, you can just have the ratio trading. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. That could cause a little bit of confusion. But we've already gone through that on the proof of work. On the test nets quite a few times. So it may be just a matter of patience there. That's going to be interesting to see how that rolls out. All right, so cool. That is Pulsechain. Let's jump over to the stock market. We're going to get into that. We're going to get stock market, crypto market, Hex, Hedron, and then we're going to get the Hex daily stats, and then we're going to go to our last entertainment for the day, which is the Hex cruise. We've got quite a few videos for that. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be a bit of fun, I think. Dow Jones falls as banking jitters overshadowed Microsoft rally. So tech actually did pretty well. Banking jitters still a problem, but crypto responded pretty nicely to that. So we're going to talk about that here. Dow Jones was down 228 points, down 0.7%, 33,301. That's got all the industrials, so that's the one that was down. S&P 500 was down as well, 0.4%, 15 points to 4,055. But the Nasdaq, with all the tech companies, actually did quite well, with the leaders reporting their earnings, up 0.5% there, 55 points to 11,854. So a bit of a mixed bag across the indexes, but good on the tech side. Dollar index down just slightly, 101.15 versus the trading partners. Having a look at the commodities, Brent oil there down 3.5%, pretty big, decent down, $2.80 down to $77.80 on Brent oil there, and West Texas down, or West Texas up just slightly, but $74. So they're almost the same price, almost getting there. Natural gas, let's jump up to gold. Sorry, gold at the moment is up $4.65 to 2,000, sort of mulling around that 2,000 mark, isn't it? And silver there, $25.20 is up 0.5% or 12 cents. So that's sort of mulling in $25 range as well. So the Dow fell Wednesday as fresh banking turmoil weighed on the sentiment, despite a Microsoft-fueled jump in tech, falling better than expected quarterly results. So that's actually good news for the markets, because it would have been terrible news if the tech companies are performing badly already. We're expecting it later down the year, but the longer it takes to get there, the better. Microsoft Corporation rallied 7% after reporting quarterly reported third quarter results that topped Wall Street's estimates, as its Azure cloud business held up better than expected at a time when many worried about the impact from a slowdown in enterprise spending. The star of the report and the focus of the street was Azure revenue growth of 31%. So that's good news, adding that the tech giant's guidance for Q4 was solid and much better than feared. And that's cool. Their forward-looking statement is important, right? So that's kind of bullish. So hopefully that will soften the blow with some of the tech reporting later in the year. That's what Alphabet as well also delivered better than expected quarterly results at its core. Google search business performed better than feared, but concerns about the tech giant's plan to boost spending and hiring weighed in. The positive results from Alphabet provided a positive look through to Meta's results due after the market close on Wednesday. So we'll see what those are tomorrow. We see potential upside to our modestly above consensus $27 billion in revenue, given the historic relationship between YouTube and Meta, sequential ad revenue growth. So it's kind of the highlights here. In financials, First Republic Bank renewed banking crisis fears on reports that the U.S. regulator mulling whether to downgrade their private assessment of First Republic in a move that would restrict the lender's access to Fed's lending facility. So that could be a bit of a drama there, and the markets didn't like that. Energy fell 1% as oil prices continue to slip as ongoing fears about a recession overshadowed data showing a much larger than expected drop in weekly US crude inventories. So that's the highlights there. So tech did pretty well. Financials, banks are under a bit of trouble there, particularly the First Republic Bank, and of course energy reducing there at the time. So we're looking at that. All right, so let's jump into crypto. Crypto responded pretty well. BTC is at 28,479, up 0.5%. Ethereum is at 1868, and that's pretty much flat. Yeah, come on, Ethereum. Ethereum deserves to get back over 2,000. Come on. And BTC, some market punters, a lot of shorters got liquidated on this bounce back with BTC. So that's kind of good news. Maybe BTC is going to consolidate. Maybe it will have another go going over 30K again. We've got the Fed meeting coming up, as you guys know, on the 3rd of May, which is only a few days away. So that's going to be something to look forward to. We could have crypto having another rally, definitely possible. All right, so kind of cool. Let's jump away to Hex. Hex at the moment is sitting at 5.723 cents. Definitely had a poor day yesterday. Let's have a look here on the daily. We can see on the daily yesterday we did a low of 5.4, which is right where that liquidity support is. And of course, we had a high of 6.278 cents. So quite a wide range yesterday. And today we're sitting at 5.7 at basically where we closed. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. Now looking at the EMA, so we're below the EMA of the 200 as well. We're also below our blue line, which is our previous resistance as well. So we're back into underneath that. I was hoping we were just going to skim along it, but we are kind of below it now. So yeah, we'll see if we skirt through this and hopefully power it through the other side. We've certainly got the support levels there. Remember, 5.6 to 5.8 was my support level, and of course we got that strong support at 5 cents, which is now the real support level there, which is where all our liquidity is. So let's have a look at that. Let me just try that again. Uniswap. Let's pull that in, and we'll have a look to see what that looks like at the moment. Let's go to V3. Let's have a look at liquidity. Pull that up. Yeah, so there we are, folks. We've still got our buyer's wall here at 5.4. It has not been shaken, but we did get down to that point at our low yesterday. But we've got some support behind us, a little bit of support behind us where the price is at the moment. And so for this tranche, this seller's tranche on the left-hand side of the red line, which is the market price, that it ends at 8.1 cents before dropping off. And that second tranche ends at 9.9 cents. So those kind of your two tranches ahead. Obviously, if a big buyer wants to come over the top, there is this volume here that they can pick up. Obviously, there's push the price up. It would have to be a pretty big player to do that because we haven't seen that sort of action for a while. But that is where that is. Let's jump over to the whale bots. Have a look at that for the last 24 hours. So we had 3.8 million sold 17 hours ago. So it's obviously a contributor there. Let's have a look at some of the comments because they're always funny. What else there? Forever wrecked. I guess some people want to keep the price low. I thought that was funny. This is a bad move. Says Hex bullish. Scottish shoot man here. That's funny. You need people to part with them now so the little fish can grab some. That's so true, right? So even though price is on the lower end, after we had that run up to 12.7 cents, that was a 7.5x. The people that are around every day get to pick up those pullbacks on average. They get that lower DCA, so that's going to be bullish from Pulsechain as well. So pretty cool from that point of view. Thought it was a good little comment there, and from Scottish Suit Man. Can't give that away, can you? So that's kind of cool. Let's have a look at the results over 24 hours. So down 7.5%. We had 274 buy trades, so 66% of the trades were buys. The volume there was on the sell side though. 54%, 1.4 million over 1.2 million. We've still got 7.5 million in a liquidity pool. So that is the summary there. Let's have a quick look at what's coming up in terms of the market. As I say, we've got the, let me just zoom that down. We've got the Fed coming up only a few days away. So that's a very important marker. And of course, we want to get through that. So it's on the 3rd. So what's that? I can't see my analysis there, but it's only a couple of days away. What's it, 6 days or something, 7 days? And yeah, we'll get up to that. If that turns out to be the pivotal rate hike and we get up to 25 basis points at 5.25% on the federal funds rate, and that becomes a terminal rate, that's going to be, I think, bullish for crypto, pretty big time. Stock market, maybe not so much, but definitely bullish for crypto. And especially if we get more of these banking issues. Seems like we've got a bit of a negative correlation there, but up we go in here as well. So kind of cool. Now, I do have a surprise launch theory on the 7th of May. That'd be the earliest, but some devs are still from teams are still saying, there's things to be working through, still minor things perhaps. All the main stuff seems to be other ways. To heard Walrus on that interview with Crypto Harpy. But yeah, it's kind of where that is. I've still got June to July as kind of the most, I guess, reasonable if you're going to take into account testing, even if it's minor testing, with a lot of the third-party dApps like Liquid Loans, Power City, all that sort of things going on there. Then this still seems like a reasonable location for a launch. So we'll see. But anytime after this could be positive, right? For the market point of view, could be positive after we hit that terminal rate. Then yeah, up to the races, right? Definitely could be. And we saw a nice little rebound with Bitcoin too. So some people are calling 40K Bitcoin now instead of going down. So you've got two people on two sides of the camp as usual. So you've got to decide who's going to be right about that. But definitely a lot of money got liquidated yesterday from shorters. So that's where we are at the moment. Ticking through that. We've got the validators ramping up. Let's jump over to Hedron. Hedron at the moment at 2155. Also showing weakness yesterday. And we've still got this battle in the DMI between the buyers and sellers. Let's see. Hopefully the buyers will win out of that. I kind of tend to feel that they will. We've got 41 on the RSI, and that's where we are at the moment. But certainly a downtrend in the Hedron at the moment, even despite this big pump and sell-off here the other day. At the moment, we've got all the averages showing it's a downtrend still, but we might find some easing here. The RSI is bouncing on the bottom here at 41, so I think that's possibly indicating that may run out of steam on the sell side. The auctions have been pretty awesome. Let's go to the auctions. Let's go to that. Let me change the blockchain. Have a look at what the HSIs are. We've got 2,391 Hex HSIs in liquidation queue, and they don't come in. People have to start the auctions to pull those in, but that's definitely come down a lot. We've got how many? 11 auctions in the house at the moment. Not many at the moment. They keep flowing in, right? During the day, they keep flowing in. So this is just a snapshot of how many auctions are up for grabs at the moment. So what do we got here? We've got 6 T-shares, 6 T-shares, 7 T-shares, 7 T-shares, a couple singles, 9 T-shares. These are all coming up in the next 12 hours, actually, or 14 hours. And we've got a couple closing in 4 hours' time, which is pretty cool. A lot of people have been getting good deals in here. There are a couple of new columns, of course. I think I put this out yesterday. I can't remember if I did or not, but we've got Discount Hex and Discount ICOSA. Also, I think there was, there was also the current bidder. It's got if you highlight over the current bidder, it brings up how much Hedron they're holding still. So if they're bidding, the current bid is 145 million, and I think it looks like they're still holding 153 million in their wallet. So I think it's exclusive of that because that should have been deducted. You have to confirm that, but it shows what they're holding there. This one here is holding 177 million Hedron in their wallets, so it gives you an idea of how much they can bid higher. Just jumping through this. Yeah, that's the same wallet bid on both of those. That's interesting. Let's jump through some of these. Just having a look here. This wallet here is bid on 3 of them. Look, 1, 2, 3. 3 bids in the market at the moment. Wiki might be able to explain that. We've got 2.9 billion Hedron bid in this wallet still. They bid 654 million on this 9 T-shares so far. So they're in for trying to win that. So that is pretty cool. A couple of new updates there on app.icosa.pro. You need Hedron to bid on those. So far, 8 watts of NFTs have been burned in the last 24 hours, 3 million endpoints, and that's good news. So we had a lot of burns actually, haven't we, the last couple of days? 21,221 watts is left. So it's slowly going down, slowly creeping down there. Yeah, a pretty decent day of NFTs burns. Look at that. So that's kind of cool. $3,000 the last 3 days have been on the upside. So cool, that's Wats's. Let's jump into, I think we've got the Hex daily stats. We're going to get to Hex Cruise next. So we've got day 1241. So that's not off the press yet. We're going to have to wait for that. So we'll get to that in the shortly. It's not quite here yet. Let's get into the comments, catch up on those first, and then we'll get back to the last 2 sections of the live stream, which are going to be a bit of fun on that Hex Cruise and the antics on the Hex Cruise. Where did I get back up to here? Let me get back up to here. Let me go back up here. Get up to there. Believe yourself says good day. Just thinking about making dinner. Nice. You make us all hungry. I'm gonna have lunchtime after this, I guess. Let me jump through all that. Brian says, did he just loosen the rules in today from family channel to step family channel? I'm not sure what that means, Brian. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Brenton beat you to the punch, Superman, front row. I'm not sure what that was on. Was that on the liquidity providing? Let me see here. Sandy Beach says, hey, Hex Token, everybody just listening, still sleepy and blurry. Yeah, we hope you for the best healing there at Sandy Beach, the second operation. Umberto says, yo, family. Cheers from sunny Miami. Good to see Umberto. We're going to be posting, well, I don't know if I've got any images of sunny Miami, but we're going to be posting some Hex Cruise pictures. Sandy Beach says, Brendan, I had my left eye done today. It does feel like sand in my eye. It's very blurry, so tomorrow should be better. Yeah, that's how I understand it. It goes to. Have a great stream, Hex Token. I'll just listen. Nice one, Sandy. You just heal up there. What else there? Humberto says, Thomas just got back from Panama. Met up with Randy Alasky. You talk about that. Talk about hot. And Panama is the place. Planning a Pulsechain meetup in Panama after launch. Awesome place to have a great time. That's awesome, Humberto. Yeah, I heard Randy Alasky was saying that he had dinner. I watched a little bit of his show yesterday. That was pretty cool. And so that was with you. D Wave says, when Pulse, 1 day closer, 2 more weeks. Tin Top's in the house there. What's up, Hexkins? It's good to see you, Tin Top. What's up? Wiggy says, we need a Pacific Island Hex Cruise there. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty beautiful too, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty nice. Humberto says, I'm in the Wookiee. Yeah. I think that might be a popular Wookiee. You might have started off a new craze, Pacific Cruise. Just joining, says Alaska. Does it seem like we're going down again? Certainly hope so. Well, like I just went through that chart, so hopefully the Hex chart commentary was enough there. Crypto Compassion in the house there. Hey, you all. Good to see you, Crypto Compassion. And hey, Lies as well. Yeah, Lies is pretty popular. Brings the alpha to the chat. Hope you're all going well. Indeed, I think everyone's going pretty well. All right, we haven't got the Hex Daily Stats up, so we're going to jump to the Hex Cruise section. We're waiting for the Hex Daily Stats. I'm sure it's going to come in due course. Let me just fix up this chart too. Bam. Let's hope we get a Hex Token channel pump, eh? A Hex Token channel pump on the live stream. That'd be pretty cool. We like Hex Token channel pumps. We've got a pump on the hour there. I've got to pull that back up. There's a pump on the Hex Token. Look at that. Bam, on the hourly, on the Hex. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm just kidding. You're welcome. 5.8 cents. Looking good. All right, let's get into it. I don't think we've got the Hex Daily Stats yet. No, we're still waiting for day 1241. So we're going to get into the Hex Cruise section of the live stream. And this is going to be a lot of fun, hopefully, in any case. So here is a picture of the Hex Cruise. This is not actually on the boat, of course. This is just before they get on the boat, is my guess. Some of them are meeting up here. But you can see lots of people that you probably know. Let me know, shout out some names in the chat there if you know some of these people. Obviously, I'm down here at the bottom of the world, so I see people on YouTube and a few social medias, but I don't, get to, go and drive down to Nebraska or whatever. Nebraska's that way up north, probably. But you get my point. We got Abit here and his partner, I forget the name just off the top there. We've got a few other people here as well. We've got Crypto Coffee in the back there, Sci-Vive. What else there? Black Hex Skin there. Jumping through some of these, moving from left to right. We've got DJ Paulie Wood down here. And I think that is almost, we've got someone at the back there. I just can't remember the name at the back. I've seen his face around before as well. So there's a couple I've kind of seen, but I just don't know their names. Let us know in the chat if you know any of them, any of their names that we're looking at the moment. Christian Collins says, the first time I played with the LP on V4, got to learn it more for mainnet because I want to do LP. Nice one, Christian. Yeah, definitely practice makes perfect and get around the education. I have some great news. I heard 2 more weeks is detached. Nice one. Never been closer to launch yet. That's true. That's a fair statement. We're definitely closer. All the big stuff's out of the way from the looks of it. All the big stuff's out of the way. All the stuff they're probably doing is just feedback, minor stuff like that. Brendan says, Access Alive. Access Alive. Which one's Access Alive? Let me have a look here. Is it this guy back here? I don't know. Is that Access Alive? I don't know. Someone's in there. I don't know. One of them. All right, cool. Let's move on. Let's get some videos. So here is the video, first video. Let's play that. So this is the first video. Richard Hart retweeted this. So let's play this one.
Let's go! Let's go! Richard Hart! Richard! Thank you, Richard! That's a wrap!
So that was a pretty fun start to the Hex cruise, I reckon, and so I thought that was pretty neat. Now we're gonna start from the experience. So if you imagine this is the opening, I guess it's one of the opening pictures. I'm just ordering this, but of course, when people go on board these big cruise ships, I think it's in Miami, right? So where all the big cruise ships are, like Disney of the Sea or something like that. So, you know, these sort of boats. And they end up going to the room. So we've got the first one as the room here. Now I want to just give a shout out to DJ Paulie Wood because I scraped these videos from him. So hopefully he enjoys the extra amplification of his social media.
Welcome. Look how nice this place is, man. Woo-wee! What? We got the balcony set up. Who's ready to smoke? Let's do this. Yeah. Woo, doggy. We outside. This is the main bathroom, main bedroom. Nice. Second bedroom. Okay. Let's see inside here. Can we see inside? All right. Approved.
So that's kind of the experience that all met up there. You've got going to your room. Now that's a pretty big cabin. That's like a double cabin. It's like a little house. And most of the time you see these people go on these things and they're much smaller. It looks like it's at the back of the cruise ship as well. Obviously looking at the back there, still in port from the looks of it. Obviously just going to the room, but pretty big room there, man. Two double bedrooms almost, and all the lounge and everything else. The back room view, pretty nice. I'm sure once they're moving in the ocean, they got the water behind them. It's going to be pretty spectacular there. So nice little play. Now the next video is of them going down the hallway. So really getting the experience here on the Hex cruise. We're not on the Hex cruise, but we're getting a bit of experience since we're thousands of miles away in some cases, or 10,000 miles. I don't know how far away we are, but it's a long way to go. Brendan says DJ Paulie got the penthouse VIP treatment. Right. That makes a sense because that's a pretty big cabin. So pretty cool there. All right. So someone, other people were saying that was Axis alive in the photo. So that's cool to know. What's that? Brendan says that's the power of the T-share right there. Yeah, getting the penthouse vision. Yeah, it's a pretty nice vision there. All right, so let's this is the antics. The antics begin. You know, you go to your cabin room, you get all excited about the cruise and the possibilities, the beauty of the sights and all that. And of course, these guys, you know, DJ Paulie Wood, he knows how to party. And straight off. Now, I have overlaid the music because I wasn't sure whether this music was copyright, so I've overlaid my own music. So it was actually playing some other music, but off their phone. So they turned their music on their phone, and this is what they did as soon as they left their room, which is pretty hilarious. I swear, DJ Paulie Wood lives in a 24/7 disco club or something like that. He is so hilarious. He parties all the time. It's pretty fun. Staking says, what I like about Hex Token is every once in a whole while he peppers and how corrupt these pinko commies are will keep me in a good spirit. I love this man. There's a special place in heaven for him. Thanks very much, Tag Hex. That's true. All right, so you got to love that attitude style from DJ Paulie Wood and his compadre there. Pretty funny. All right, so now obviously we're going to come out on top deck now. So we're going to come out from up deck and start to meet a few of the people there. And these are the clips. I'm going to, if I find more clips, I'm going to play some more clips on some other days. But definitely pretty fun here. Let me just cue this up.
What you doing there, Freddie?
Hey man, just filling up some champagne bottles, bro.
So I think that's Axis Alive, right? Let me know in the chat, but I'm pretty sure that's Axis Alive that you guys are talking about there. I have seen him before. I just can't remember his name that off the top of my head. Paulie Wood's glasses are on fire. Says, yeah, they're amazing. He's honestly, he's like party man 24/7. But look at this with the champagne. Look at this bottle here, wrapped up, a champagne bottle, and it's got a champagne gun into that glass.
What you doing there, Freddie?
Hey man, just filling up some champagne bottles, bro.
So the other cool thing I like about that is you can see a bit of the scenery as well. Just how gorgeous the water looks like outside with these big, huge glass windows and wooden decks. It's so nice. Look how much water's on the ground, though. These guys have been, I don't know, they've been partying too much. That looks like alcohol rather than water, right? So pretty funny there. All right, so that's kind of cool. And then we're going to wrap it up with this last video. This is of the, I think it must be the crew. Some of the crew here. And a bit of a tribute to Richard Hart. So I hope you guys enjoy this. This is DJ Paulie Wood as well. So pretty lit.
Yes!
All right, cool. So pretty cool.
Yes!
All right. So that's pretty fun there. Billy X says it was Freddie Quotes. Yeah, Freddie Quotes. So my bad on that one. So we're talking about that. That is.
What you doing there, Freddie?
That's Freddie Quotes there. Freddie Quotes. You're quite right. Right. So I'm putting this picture again, trying to see where. Axis Alive. Oh yeah, right. Okay. If we go back to that, let's go back to that. Bam. That there's Axis Alive, right? That guy there, on the left there. That must be Axis Alive. That's Freddie Quotes on the back right there. So hopefully I'm getting that right. Nice one. StakeX says looks like fun. Definitely looks like fun. What a great place to finish. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a little bit cool stuff there. Big shout out to the DJ Paulie Wood and other contributors there. All right, so cool. We got day 1241 hot off the press. We've got a little hex pump going on here from Hex Token. We're up to 5.8 cents, so nice. And 26th of April, day 1241, we've got the price of 5.7 cents there. We've got the Hex payout per T-share 6.562, which is pretty cool. Another great day. I don't know why it looks identical to yesterday, but apparently it is. And then we've got the share rate up 5.8 to 27,012 with the T-share price of 15.46. The average mining length is 6.94 years. Will we get to 7 years? Just watch out. It will probably happen sooner than later. The APY rate there, 38.86%. So another great day in the office for returns. What else there? Liquidity in the pool, 117 million Hex. So we jumped all the way from 98 to 117 million today. And what do we have today? Yeah, price down 6.2. So that'll be definitely contributing. Liquidity in the pool, we're down from 4.1 to 3.66 million US dollars, with Ethereum down from 958 to 685. Man, LP providers also moving around quite a bit from the looks of it too. Now T-shares, we're up to 320 T-shares in the ownership pool. We've got 10 million and 12,815. But we know, will we get onto the 10 million? We get down to 9 million or so, 7 digits. We will be watching out for that pretty keenly. I think we've got quite a few big, large stakers coming out still. Yeah, all the way through to mid May. So we'll probably see us hit that mark on the T-shares. Penalties today, another awesome day in the office. Look at that. Yesterday, 2.8 million and now 2.2. Now, I've been talking previously, like the previous 20 days, we hadn't had a lot of big penalty days. We're starting to get a few of those now. Obviously, the price also paying the price a little bit as well for these penalties. But we've got the payout as well, 65.7 million. So look at that. Beautiful jump in the payouts. Yeah, beautiful. So we're winning across the board on the yield. And what do we got now at the moment? We've got growth in the numbers. We're up 173 accounts on Etherscan. We're up to 332,310. We're continuing to grow there with the liquid accounts. The miner accounts were up 21, which is a much better day than the last 10 days. That's our best day. And this is what we want to see happen, right? We want to see the miners go up. We're up to 120,719. And of course, total holders up 232 to 554,919. Hey, look, maybe how far away are we? We 2-3 days away from hitting 555. I hope we make it. That would be cool. So that's day 1241. We're on day 1242. Our base payout at the moment of T-shares is 6.447 Hex per T-share. That's pretty awesome. Now, the other cool thing is that we're going to have two chains running, right? When Pulsechain gets up and running, we'll have Pulsechain mainnet showing up here, and you can get a feel for what we're going to be talking about. Two different chains, but I imagine that both of them are going to be very, very valuable, and yeah, it's going to be glorious, right? At the moment, you can pick up Hex, of course, for 5.8 cents, which means you split that up for two chains. So what's that? 2.9 cents each chain. So pretty good deal at the moment. People that people that keep up to date, they get to benefit from these opportunities, don't they? Katie says, thanks. You're welcome, Katie. Katie in the house. Yes. Hey, the yield on Hedron staking is ridiculous, Superman. How sustainable is that yield longer term, in your opinion? Well, with all the burning is the countenance, right? So the high yield and then the burning. So it's, wish the best on that. There's a bit of give and take. There's still a lot of mints coming out. So, it's something you have to take into account. Haven't done a lot of matching against that. I'm just saying that, every time that they have these auctions that come around, I think we already had 3 cycles so far. They burned a lot more Hedron versus the minting. But yeah, the price is capped when you got a lot of minters still being able to mint, particularly the big launch bonuses. So there may be some data around that on Hex model. I haven't actually looked, but it's a good question. I'm not quite sure whether Crypto Sloth, anyone's answered that sort of questions either. Thank you, Hex Token says Sandovich. Hey, you're welcome. You'll recover quickly, as we say. We're up to now in 13 minutes, so kind of cool. We got a Hex Token. Well, we had a Hex Token channel pump an hour ago on the last hour. We got to 5.83. We're at 5.8 at the moment. Let's see if we can get over 6 cents. And we've got about a minute to go on the live stream. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Go, says Brennan. Yeah, go. Oh, there we are. Woohoo! Hex Token channel pump 5.842. Let's bring it on. That's what we like to end the show. So we get paid. We get paid our Hex payout for T-shares, and we get a Hex pump. Yeah, that's the holy grail of crypto. And you're going to get a copy on Pulsechain as well. So let it live. Let it be great. We're getting a little delirious here. All right, let me get rid of some of these. And DJ Paulie man, that guy's just he's full on. I love it. It's a great attitude in life. Looks like the devs are adding a staking to Pulsex, says Bob Wells. Yeah, there are a few rumors around like that. You feel free to post any links. Any links in the I've seen some posts around that, but see if you want to post anything in our Discord around that. If you see any links. Brennan says Access scored 555 a week ago. Great TO, says Brennan. Cool. All right. If you haven't joined our Discord's in the video description link. It's free. We've got the best community and all the information. Definitely do that. And of course, if you want to subscribe to the channel, smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell for more. We've been having a bit of fun today's stream for sure. Really cool events, man. It's so good. I think Boris said it really well. It's great to be decentralized, but sometimes it's always good to turn up at these centralized conventions and chill and spread the good word. Because your keys, your coins is a great message, and of course DeFi is a great message, immutable code, and opportunity for life-changing wealth is also in the play. potentially if you make the right decisions. So very, very cool. All right, let's wrap up, shall we? Shall we wrap up? StakeX says, I'm a real estate guy. I thought $5,000 flat hedron staking, and I'm yielding in that wallet on average for $270 a month. It's crazy. Welcome to crypto, StakeX. Welcome to crypto. All right, shall we wrap up? An hour 15 minutes. Take care, everybody. Catch you in the next one tomorrow, same time, same place, same Superman channel. I'll catch you then. Take care. Bye for now, everybody. Woohoo! Let's play out some funky music on the way out. Let's do it. Let's play out some funky music since we're kind of having fun anyway.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.
The candles. I'll light these candles at $1 on Hex. That's the next time I'm lighting. Yeah.